Hi everyone, welcome to your quiz. You have plenty of opportunities to improve, so don't be too hard on yourselves, okay? You're doing great so far. So, this is the quiz on time signatures. So I can ask you to define this. It is called a time signature. I kind of gave that away, right? But what does this mean? So specifically, what is this telling us? The numbers mean something, right? What is this top number? How many beats per measure, right? In that case, 4 beats per measure. And what is the bottom number? It tells us what note gets the beat. Yeah, and if it's a 4, it stands for a quarter note. So how many beats per measure and what note gets the beat? 4 beats per measure, a quarter note gets the beat in this example. So I have two separate lines. Notice the treble clefs down here. This is not meant to be read as a crayon staff. It's not connected, right? So just two opportunities for us to do some practicing. So let's start with this first line. So remind me, F clef, right? And so I have the time signature up front as where it's going to appear in the music. Here, notice it's 2-4, right? So let's go through our line. Of the 3 measures that you see, which measure's wrong? Doesn't have the right notes. One, 2, or 3. Well, if you guess 2, you're correct. Measure 2 is not right. Well, let's look at the right one. So our time signature is 2-4, which means what? 2 beats per measure, and a quarter note gets the beat. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So with each measure, the clicks are these are quarter notes. So 2 quarter notes here. Okay. Good. That's a complete measure. This one, a half note. Well, that's okay too, right? Because remember, a half note is equal to 2 quarter notes. But what about this one? You've got 3 quarter notes. But there are 2 beats per measure, and if a quarter note gets the beat, right, there should only be 2 quarter notes. So there's an extra quarter note. You guessed it, good job. If not, that's okay. Bonus question. Now this is bass clef, right? They're all the same note. Note, letter name, right? What's the letter name of that note? E, right? Why? Because don't forget that 4th line, right? Dot above and below the 4th line is the F line, right? So immediately below that line is our note in that space, right? So you're going backwards in the alphabet, don't forget, right? From previous lessons. So the 4F is E, right? So that is all E. Okay, good. So in your second line, here's another opportunity. So we have a treble clef line, 3 measures, 1, 2, 3. So our time signature is 3-4, which is what? Three beats per measure, and a quarter note gets the beat. So how many beats per measure and what note gets the beat? Don't forget, that's how you interpret it. Top number, how many beats per measure. Bottom number, what note gets the beat. So there are 3 beats per measure, and the beat is a quarter, so 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So every time you hear this click, it's a quarter note. So how many beats are here? 4. How many beats are here? 3. How many are here? 3. So the 4 is off, right? That's your wrong measure, right? You cannot have 2 half notes in a measure where your time signature is 3/4. because if the quarter note is what gets the beat and there are 3 beats per measure, that means there are as many as 3 quarter notes. Can't have 4. Right? That's too many. Good job. And the last question I have, like here, these are all the same now. What note is that in treble clef? A, right? So don't forget your second line, so going from the bottom, is the G line, right? So immediately above G is A. Great job. Again, if you have any questions or you need a little bit more clarification, please email me. It's in my About section, musicinstruction@mail.com. Take care. Good luck.